everyone, and welcome to World Literature. We are the Group 3 and we will be reporting on the purpose of studying literature.
The purpose of studying literature. The literary purpose is used to entertain and to give aesthetic pleasure. The focus of the literary purpose is on the words themselves and on the conscious and deliberate arrangement of the words to produce a pleasing or enriching effect. A writer often expresses a worldview when using the literary purpose. So now, let's go to the literary purpose. When you read a novel or a poem, when you watch a movie or a TV comedy, or when you listen to a song, you are experiencing the literary purpose. When you tell a joke or write a love poem, you are using the literary purpose. The literary purpose is used to entertain and to give aesthetic pleasure. The focus of the literary purpose is on the words themselves and on the conscious and deliberate arrangement of the words to produce a pleasing and enriching effect. A writer often expresses a worldview when using the literary purpose. The writer might comment on human nature or behavior. The reader gains insight to the human condition by understanding in the writer's ideas. When used as a secondary purpose, the literary purpose enhances the primary purpose through figurative or poetic of playful language and often a sense of human struggle. So it is said that the literary purpose of the literature is to give us aesthetic pleasure. So it means that it gives us the real beauty of the literature that we use to hear or to watch and etc. So literary writing is usually fictional and it makes use of figurative or symbolic language. When literary purpose is the primary purpose, the writing should be fictional. As a secondary purpose, literary writing can be found in combination with the expressive or persuasive purpose because referential writing, which is literal, author's purpose. When the author writes a text, they have in mind a specific purpose or what they want to achieve in the text. This is known as the author's purpose. Authors write the text for any different purposes. So, literary often usually a printed imagination by human or in the author's idea.
There are kinds of literary writing such as novels, short stories, poems, plays and musicals, movie and TV scripts, parodies and satire, memoirs and thoughtful essays. Features and characteristics. Focus is on the conscious, deliberate use and arrangement of words to produce a pleasing or enriching effect. Purpose, to entertain, to give aesthetic pleasure. Main characteristics. Usually, fiction that displays a sense of reality, tension or conflict, artistic unity or a main idea is conveyed. Figurative language that uses figure of speech to be more effective, persuasive, and impactful, such as similes, metaphors, irony, symbolism, and analogy. When you use the literary purpose to write, think about what you want to say, pay attention to the words you choose, play with language to produce pleasure or emotional release for the reader, use figurative language, use sensory appeals, include some sort of problem or tension along with a resolution of that problem. Try to give some essential meaning or idea to the reader. Importance of studying literature. Why is the study of literature important? What skills do students learn through reading literature? What is gained from reading literature and evaluating it? When we study literature, our horizons are broadened because we can learn about and come to understand people who are different from us. Conversely, we might discover characters or poems that we really identify with. It can be really exciting and validating to discover that your exact thoughts and feelings have also been experienced by someone else. Because of these effects, literature encourages us to be sensitive to the whole spectrum of human experience and to consider this when making decisions in our day-to-day lives. Academically, studying literature also helps us to refine our own writing skills and expand our vocabularies. Literature makes us better thinkers. It moves us to see the multi-sidedness of situations and therefore expands the breadth of our own visions, moving us towards dreams and solutions we might not otherwise have imagined. This saying is by Judith Langer, Envisioning Literature. In literature, students read and respond to a variety of literary texts from the genres of prose, poetry, and drama. The text can range from classics such as Shakespeare to modern words such as The Boy in Striped Pajamas by John Bunyan. The greatest value of literature is that it promotes empathy as it develops in the child a greater understanding of the human condition. Studying literature involves reading, discussing, thinking, and writing, helping students to improve in those areas. It also encourages students to think critically, specifically for the discussing and thinking components. Those people studying literature look at poems, plays, essays, stories, and novels. Reading and learning about this helps people to sympathize with others and see how complex humans truly are. It aids in broadening a person's intellectual horizons and it stimulates a more active imagination. Literature explores different human beliefs, ideas, and societies. And this allows people to learn about where they came from and how past events work to shape the different culture. Literature in education. For the majority of people around the world, our first serious encounter with literature comes from school. Reading and writing has been drilled in all of us from an early age, and this is set in motion with the start of examinations. Being able to emphasize with a group of characters written on a page is categorical and from a student's perspective, a necessary skill. Additionally, the ability to sense themes and messages opens up to another way of thinking, and that is why literature becomes a vessel to a reader and it generates a bridge for them to learn something new.
Literature is a broad term. Most people describe it as writing that has artistic, cultural, and/or intellectual value. Ancient Greek plays, James Baldwin essays, and Charlotte Bronte's novels are among the works of literature. This form of writing tackles difficult topics and concepts, prompting readers to consider new perspectives. So, what is the significance of literature? The following are 10 reasons.
Here are the 10 reasons of why literature is very important. Number 1, literature is a powerful stress reliever. Readers are well aware that literature can help them cope with stress and worry. A stressed mind benefits greatly by taking time out of the day to sit back and get lost in a good book. It has been shown in a studies to reduce a quick heartbeat, which is a frequent symptom of anxiety.
Literature fuels imagination. So, reading is one of the best methods to develop a vivid imagination. According to the World Literacy Foundation, while viewing a movie involves very little mental effort, reading words of a page requires readers to mentally create the scene. This practice stimulates creativity and originality by strengthening the imagination areas of our brain. Reading literature improves concentration and focus. Reading can assist or enhance a person's attention span if they have a problem with it. The Hanskins Laboratories for the Science of the Spoken and Reading Words discovered that reading takes more time in the brain than other sorts of medicine. Fourth, reading literature keeps the brain active and healthy. Reading has positive impact on our brain health that should not be overlooked. Mental stimulation includes both stretching the imagination and boosting attentiveness.
Fifth, literature expands a person's vocabulary. By engaging with a variety of literature, so a person broadens their knowledge of new words and phrases. For those learning a new language, literature is one of the best ways to improve their skills.
Sixth, reading literature improves a person's writing skills. So, yes, reading more is a good way to improve one's writing skills. When it comes to perfecting their trade, nearly every successful author excels the virtues of
Seven, literature improves a person's communication skills. So, when a reader improves their writing skills by reading, they improve their general communication abilities. This applies to more than just writing. It also applies to everyday conversation and relationships. Number 8, literature encourages critical thinking. So, critical thinking is essential for life because it allows people to reflect problems and determine what's true. Reading literature provides the perfect opportunity for building critical thinking skills. So, a reader has to pick up on details, make connections, and form their own opinions on what's going on in the book. Teachers also use literature to help their students develop strong critical thinking, and it helps them understand the material better and gives them tools to use in their future careers. Number 9, literature teaches readers about history. So, it's been said that if we don't learn from history, we'll end up repeating. A reader can engage with history in a unique way through literature.
10,
Reading literature can encourage empathy. So, research has indicated that reading literature can fuel feelings of empathy in a reader. And literary fiction is especially effective at encouraging empathy. Why? Because it requires a reader to get inside the mind of more complex characters.